Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Romantic Sweetheart. I know it's been quite some time since I've made a video, but anyways, today we're going to be talking about why Hakuouki does romance better than most Otome adaptations. The first reason why I believe Hakuouki just stands out in that genre is because it does not fall prey to the reverse harem curse trap. Most Otome anime fail because they prioritize fan service and awkward split-focus romance over a cohesive plot, turning the narrative into a mess. Hakuouki, on the other hand, does not do that. The fan service that we get is very subtle, and if it is done, it's very much integrated in a very well thought out way to make it fit with the narrative and what's going on. Best example I can use is in season 1, where the members of the Shinsengumi have to get a medical exam, and everyone basically takes their shirt off. And obviously, they're all in great shape, but it makes sense why they should have their shirts taken off. And then also, from there, we got the understanding of Soji's diagnosis with tuberculosis. So that's a very great way to weave in a little bit of fan service within the narrative. The second one is survival over romance. Hakuouki changes the script by making survival, war, and historical tragedy the primary plot point, which naturally forces the romance to take on a genuine high-stakes sense of urgency. Instead of just having it where they're in a school setting and I feel this way about you and all that stuff that generally is done in anime, you have a situation where their life can end at any moment, and any type of connection and bond that they possess with each other creates this sense of connection and understanding that their life is not going to be guaranteed even tomorrow. It makes a lot of sense why someone would want to pull the trigger and fall in love and express themselves and have their emotions woven deeply within those characters. Third reason is Chizuru is a caregiver and not a prop. Instead of being a passive character that's just inserted, Chizuru acts like a moral anchor, a individual that is assisting and nursing the Shinsengumi during their downfall. And with that comes this relationship with all those characters, and that at that time and how the characters were is a very well addition, and it really just creates for a tremendous sense of romance and care and makes her a very important character that would else not have been the case if, let's say, she wasn't integrated in that way. Another one is the trauma bond connections. Relationships aren't built on standard high school trope moments like hallway collisions or festival dates, but on shared trauma, terminal illnesses, which is in this case the water of life, and the constant threat of death. When your life is on the line and people are after you, and you both have that type of connection, by you doing that, it creates a sense of care and compassion and a bond that is very much strong, and it's not superficial, which again I think Chizuru and the members of the Shinsengumi do a very wonderful job at. The fourth reason is the weight of the inevitable history. Because the audience and character knows the historical fate of the Shinsengumi, every quiet, tender interaction carries a heartbreaking finality that safe, happily ever after Otome cannot replicate. We understand the fate and the doom of all the members, and we understand unfortunately what happens to them. But realizing that this sand glass that's kind of fading away every second until it's no longer dispersing sand to the second half of the sand glass, everything is memorable. Everything is cherishable. And because of that, it makes for a beautiful, beautiful movie, anime, manga, visual novel. And then another thing is respecting the source material's tone. The series does not at all shy away from the dark, brutal reality of the Boshin War, proving that a romance subplot hits much harder when it's wrapped in a gritty historical tragedy than some happy-go-lucky anime or something along those lines. The dark nature of what happens and how much pressure there was put on the Shinzengumi and the ostracization they occurred and all of those other things creates for this very deep, dark tone, and those loving moments kind of weaves together all of that. And so these are just some of the points that I wanted to make and why I think Hakuouki handles romance better than a lot of Otome adaptations, and why I think it is really worth something checking out. If you guys happen to have any thoughts on this, feel free to share them down below in the comment section. In addition to that, I also want to mention that the channel is going to be back up and running. We're going to be creating, I'm going to be creating a lot more videos. I hope that my fan pages, along with the Discord server, is more active, and I'm just going to be creating content now from the perspective of wanting to make videos that I enjoy, instead of caring too much about metrics and things that really don't matter. If it comes from the heart and people enjoy it, that's all that matters to me now at this point in my YouTube career. So with that being said, thank you very much, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.